I mean, Reagan has done an amazing job. He's done an amazing job. You know, we've done an amazing job. I mean, we've done an amazing job. The Reuters poll, I think, was terrific, and I know it's very professionally done. They do an amazing job. You know, the National Enquirer has done an amazing job.
We often hear President Donald Trump use that same phrase to compliment someone, but today was different as the president spoke about Frederick Douglass at an event to mark the start of Black History Month.
I'm very proud now that we have a museum in the National Mall where people can learn about Reverend King, so many other things. Frederick Douglass is an example of somebody who's done an amazing job and is being recognized more and more, I notice.
Later, White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer was asked to clarify that position.
Today he made the comment about Frederick Douglass being recognized more and more. Do you have any idea what specifically he was referring to?
Well, I think there's contributions. I think he wants to highlight the contributions that he has made. And I think through a lot of the actions and statements that he's going to make, I think the contributions of Frederick Douglass will become more and more.
Well, that clears it up. Eugene Robinson's still with us, or at least we hope, in Washington. Eugene, what was going on there? What do you think we just witnessed?
Well, it was amazing, Brian, and not in a good way. You know, Frederick Douglass, for those who don't know,
who died in 1895.
Right, who died in 1895, was the best known and most influential African American of the 19th century. Born a slave, he escaped to freedom and became a towering abolitionist. He was Abraham Lincoln's conscience when it came to the issue of slavery. He was a great orator. He founded two newspapers, the better known of which is the North Star. He was an amazing figure whose grand and stately house in Washington is only about 15 minutes away from the White House, and the president ought to drop by sometime. I'd be happy to show him around.
Allie, you and I noticed the same thing on social media, which is why we ought to be separated. Yale University Press went on Twitter, and kudos to Yale University Press for saying to people, if you want to read more about him, our biography will say.
About the amazing job he's done. I mean, if you drive up 8th Avenue in New York, when you get to Central Park, it becomes Central Park West, and when you get to 110th Street, when the park ends, it's Frederick Douglass Boulevard. Donald Trump talked the other day about being in the same room where Lincoln slept. Frederick Douglass, and Eugene, correct me if I'm wrong, I think might have been the first African-American ever actually invited to the White House as a guest, as opposed to someone who worked there building it or doing something for them. I mean, Frederick Douglass is not someone that you wouldn't encounter in either New York life or business life or political life. So this was unusual.